Okay, so plugging in 2, 5, we get this equation. Plugging in 10, 19, we get this equation. Very straightforward. Just replace y, replace x by the corresponding coordinates, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we want to solve to find a and b. We've got 2 equations and 2 unknowns. Okay. Well, this first equation tells us that a equals 5 over b squared. We can divide both sides by b squared. It's very simple. We get that, right? Very easy to solve this for a. Now, there are actually 2 things we can do at this point. We could also solve this equation for a, right? And we would get a equals 19 over b to the 10th. And then we could set 5 over b squared equal 19 over b to the 10th, right? Because we'd have 2 different expressions for a. Just forget a and set those 2 expressions equal. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, there are actually 3 ways to approach this, and there are even more ways. But what I'm going to do instead, just to keep it down to one method right now that works in general,
Plug it in.
we plug this in for a, right? And that gives us the equation 19 equals 5 over b squared times b to the 10th, right? Now, can we solve that equation for b? Well, I need a little more room here, so I'm going to plane this part of the board. Okay, well, we simplify this first of all, right? What does this simplify to? We got a b to the 10th divided by b squared. What's that?
5 b
Oh.
to the 10th over b
B.
to the 2nd.
What's b to the 10th divided by b squared?
B to the 5th.
b to the
It goes back to laws of exponents that people are often shaky on.
Divided by.
Well, you're going to need to review the laws of exponents. They're right there in your book. Just look up laws of exponents, go to the internet, and Google laws of exponents, right? So I'm not going to rewrite them here just because of time and other things. And also, I want you to just really lock this in, okay? So please be sure that you do. Okay, well, you get 19 equals 5 times b to the 10th over b squared, so that 19, and this should be automatic, is 5b to the 8th. Okay? If you multiply b to the 10th by b squared, you get b to the 12th. If you divide b to the 10th by b squared, well, you could write it out. b times b times b times b, 10 of them, right? Divided by b times b, 2 of them. You group 2 of these with these 2, and you get a 1, and you're left with 8 of them. Okay? So b to the 8th equals 19 over 5. Right? How are you going to solve for b? Well, you take the 1/8 power of both sides, and your calculator will do that for you because you can't calculate that. There's an algorithm you could actually use to do it. Take the square root, take the square root, and take the square root. Okay? So b is the 8th root of 19 fifths. Well, then you take this and you plug it in here, and you find that a equals 5 over the 8th root of 19 fifths squared.
Say, take that and plug it into B. B equals the 8th root of 19 squared.
Okay, well, that's just a number you can get out of your calculator, right?
Yeah.
So you just plug that number in here and square it, divide it into 5, right? So I'm writing an exact solution because I want you to see how that looks. But in practice, you're just going to then take the 1/8 power of this, and that'll give you a good approximation to B. And then you're going to plug it in here and square it and divide it into 5, and you're going to get A, and then you're going to have your model. So I wanted to go over that in the MCR because I'm not going to go over the details of it in class. I'm just going to write it out. That's what you're supposed to know, and anybody who wants to look back at the MCR video can do that. Okay?